know that amount equals principal plus PTR by 100. That is, principal plus simple interest equals amount. Whenever you are given anything in fraction, better you convert it into decimals. Simple interest equals PTR by 100. Hello everyone, I am Purnima, faculty in the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I welcome you all to this Unit 6, Session 1. So in this unit, we will be learning about commercial arithmetic. In commercial arithmetic, we will be learning about what is interest, what is simple interest, what is compound interest, and also the discounting of bills of exchange. Now, first thing is we should understand what is the meaning of the word interest. So, we all familiar with the word interest. So, whenever we go to the bank, we deposit money in the banker will pay a certain amount of interest on our deposits. Be it the SB account or the FD account or the RD account, the banker will be paying you a certain amount of interest which is paid by the banker. So, how the banker will calculate the interest, or if we are lending a certain amount of money to somebody else and we are charging a rate of interest, how do we charge the rate of interest? How do we charge simple interest? So, all these concepts will be discussed in this session. Now, let us understand what is the meaning of the word interest. So, interest is the price that is payable for using the money of another. So, suppose you are making use of the bank's money to run your business, then you will have to pay certain amount of interest to the bank. So, that extra amount, whatever we are giving to the bank or paying to the bank, that we call it as the interest. So, it is payable by a borrower to the lender of a certain money. Thus, it is an income for the lender from the amount lent and an expenditure for the borrower on the amount borrowed. So, there is a borrower and the lender. The lender will lend the money to the borrower. When the borrower returns, he will pay something extra. So, this extra money which the borrower pays, that we call it as the interest. Next, let us understand what is the meaning of simple interest. Simple interest is one which is calculated always at a fixed rate on the original amount of the principal borrowed. So, simple interest is the amount which is always calculated on the original amount of the principal borrowed. So, algebraically, it is obtained by P and R by 100, or you can write it as PTR by 100. So, N means the number of years, or N is the T equals time. So, what is the time for which the money has been borrowed? So, where SI is the simple interest, P is the principal amount. What is the actual amount which has been borrowed? N is the number of years, R is the nominal rate of interest, and 100 is the common denominator. So, next, we'll do a problem on this simple interest. Find the simple interest on rupees 10,000 at 5% per annum for 7 years. Now, first we will identify what is the P here. So, the P is 10,000, R equals 5%, T or N, that is 7 years. Now, I know the principle. What is the formula for simple interest? The formula is PTR by 100. The formula is PTR by 100. So, this will be equal to 10,000 into 5 into 7 divided by 100. So, when we simplify this equation, I get 3,500. So, this is the interest which the bank will pay for a sum of rupees 10,000, that is after 7 years at 5% per annum. So, the next problem, determine the principal that will earn rupees 3,500 as simple interest in 7 years at 5%. Also find the amount after 7 years. Now, here they have given us the simple interest 3,500, R is again 5%, T equals 7 years. So, we have to find what is P. I don't know P. So I make use of the formula simple interest equals PTR by 100. So what is simple interest given here? 3,500 equals P, I don't know. I write P as it is. Now what is T? 7 into R is 5 by 100. So this will be 3,500 equals 35P by 100. Now I take this cross multiplication, 3,500 into 100 divided by 35 equals P. So this will be equal to 3,50,000 divided by 35. So that comes up to 10,000. So 10,000 is the answer. So P equals 10,000. So we go to the next problem here. What sum will amount to rupees 13,500 in 7 years at 5% per annum simple interest? So now they have asked us what is P, but they have not given us the simple interest here. They have given us amount, time and rate of interest and P. See here, we know that amount equals principal plus PTR by 100. That is, principal plus simple interest equals amount. So I will write the amount as 13,500 equals P plus P, I don't know again, P. T is 7 into 5 by 100. So I have here 13,500 equals P into 1 plus 35 by 100. So this will be 13,500 will be P into 100 is the denominator, 100 plus 35. So this will be equal to 13,500 equals 135P by 100. So I take this 13,500 into 100 divided by 135 equals P. So 135 into 1. So I get 10,000 equals P. So P equals 10,000. So I have found out P. I can also find out simple interest equals 13,500 minus 10,000. So the simple interest is 3,500. Now next one, if rupees 10,000 earns rupees 3,500 as simple interest in 7 years, determine the rate of interest charged. Now again I know P equals 10,000, simple interest equals 3,500, then T equals 7 years. I have to find R. R equals how much? Now I know simple interest equals PTR by 100. So 3,500 equals 10,000 into 7 into R by 100. So I simplify this. So 3,500 equals 700 R. So I need R. So I write here R equals 3,500 divided by 700. So this is equal to 5, or R equals 5% per annum. So R equals 5%. Next, find the interest on 17,575 at 534% per annum for 11 and a half months. So whenever you are given anything in fraction, better you convert it into decimals. So what is the P here? 17,575. Now what is R? 5.75%. Now what is T? 11.5 months. 11.5 months. So I have to find simple interest equals PTR by 100. 17,575 into 5.75 into 11.5 out of 12. This is out of 100. So this is equal to 968.455 or 969 rupees. So this is the answer. So the simple interest for 17,575 at 5.34% for 11.5 months is 969 rupees. Now the next one is compound interest. So compound interest is one which is calculated at a given rate percentage of the accumulated sum of the principal and the earlier interest left unpaid. So a compound interest is that amount which is accumulated on the principal. So the rate percent of the accumulated sum of the principal and the earlier interest left unpaid. So the interest which are left unpaid, on that we are having interest. So this interest at the end of every period is converted into the principal for the next period. So suppose you have not paid interest for the first month, so that interest whichever is left unpaid, that will get added to the principal amount, and for the next month that principal amount will, on that principal amount we will be calculating the interest. Now calculate the amount and the interest on rupees 10,000 at 5% per annum compounded annually for 3 years. So we have to find compound interest. So first we'll write down whatever is given here. So the principal is 10,000, rate equals 5% or time or n equals 3 years. Now we have to know what is the formula for compound interest. So amount equals P into 1 plus I to the power n. So whenever you are given R, if you do it 5 by 100, 0.05, so this will become as I. So when 5 is divided by 100, when we write it in the decimal form, we can write it as I. So that is why A is the principal amount, P is the principal, I is the rate of interest, N is the number of years. So this will be equal to 10,000 into 1 plus 0.05 to the power of 3. Now, how do we calculate this? So, 10,000 into 1.05 to the power 3. So, how do I do this? 1.05 into 1.05 into 1.05. So, this will be equal to 10,000 into 1.1576. So, when we multiply this into 10,000, I get 11,576.25. So, this is the amount. So, after 3 years, if you are investing 10,000, so you will get the amount of 11,576. Now, what is the compound interest? Compound interest equals amount minus principal. So, what is the amount here? 11,576.5 minus 10,000. So, I get the amount as 1,576.5. So, this is the compound interest. So, 1,576.5 is the compound interest. Now, the next problem, find the present value of a sum that amounts to rupees 2,500 in 7.5 years at 4% per annum compound interest. So, the amount is given 2,500, T equals 7.5 years, R equals 4% or I equals 0.04. Now we know the form, we have to find what is P. So we don't know P. So I take it as A equals P into 1 plus I to the power n. So 2500 equals P into 1 plus 0.04 to the power of 7.5. So when I substitute 2500 divided by 1.04 to the power of 7.5 equals P. Now taking log on both sides. So when I take log P equals log of 2500 minus log of 1.04 to the power of 7.5. So this will be equal to if you can see here, log of P equals log of 2500 minus log of 1.04 to the power 75. So when we calculate the log value of 2500, I get 3.3979 minus 7.5 into log of 0.170. So when I simplify this, I get 3.3979 minus 0.1275. So I have to find the antilog of this value. So antilog of 3.2704, I get the answer as 1864. So the answer is 1864. So the principal amount is 1864 rupees. So this is the answer. Now the next problem, determine the rate of interest at which a sum of rupees 10,000 amounts to 11,580 in 3 years. So what is P here? P equals 10,000. What is A? 11,580. What is T or N? Is equal to 3 years. Now we have to find what is the I. So I write A equals P into 1 plus I to the power n. Now what is A? 11,580 equals 10,000 into 1 plus I to the power of 3. 1 plus I to the power 3. Or I can write this as 11,580 divided by 10,000 equals 1 plus I to the power 3. Now here we have this formula here, A equals P into 1 plus I to the power n. So 11,580 equals 10,000 into 1 plus I to the power cube. So I can either simplify this or I can keep it as it is. So 1,158 by 1,000 equals 1 plus I cube. So I will be equal to cube root of 11,580 divided by 10,000 minus 1. Now I take the log values. So anti-log of 1/3 of log of 11,580 minus log of 10,000. So this will be equal to anti-log of 1 by 3 into 4.0363 minus 4 minus 1. So when I simplify this, I get the answer as 0.05. So or 0.05 into 100. So 5% is the rate of interest. With this, we come to the end of this session. Hope you have all followed this. Thank you.